You're logged on to YouStreamRadio.com, bringing you the finest independent music and urban talk radio. Thank you for logging on. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get this thing going.
What's going on with it? What's going on with it? I hit you with that. Welcome to another episode of J Jackson with the hottest host out there in the world, Craig. I got my girl, Low Key. What's going on with it, Low Key?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, this episode is brought to you, of course, by YouStreamRadio.com and a couple of our sponsors, Cashland Apparel. Make sure you get the hottest gig. You want to look like your boy, Jay Jackson. Make sure you get the hottest gig out there from CashlandApparel.com. You can look us up. Go on Facebook. They got some of the hottest stuff out there. Make sure y'all cop it. Also, what you drinking on? Morosa beer, Italian imported beer. Make sure y'all go ahead and cop that for any stock options that's out there, as well as getting the beer. Make sure y'all go on to Morosa.com or check your boy Jay Jackson out, and I'll give you all of the details. I really like the beer, Low-Key. I think that a lot of people will like it out there. And it has some stock options, so make sure y'all check that out. Man, there's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about in the news this week, Low-Key. What's going on?
Well, in the most recent news, hello to everyone once again. This is your girl Low Key, hanging out with Jay Jackson here on YouStreamRadio.com. Well, we got a lot going on in the news this week, as well as something that's happening like right now, within the last 24 hours, I would say. I just want to touch on the subject that's going on with the mall shooting out there in Maryland, in Columbia, Maryland. Today, they identified the shooter as a 19-year-old Darian Marcus Aguilar. He was 19, of College Park, Maryland. They said 2 people were shot and killed in one of the stores in the mall, and the third person that was killed was the actual shooter. They're still under investigation of finding out what's going on. I'm going to let you guys know as I hear. Just check me on Twitter, LowKey93, to follow the news brief update.
Now, Loki, I wanted to ask you something about this. Now, what was this guy named that was the shooter? What was his name again?
Darian Marcus Aguilar. But no pictures. I haven't seen any pictures released yet.
Oh, no. Darius Marcus Aguilar.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't no brother.
He could be anything out there in Maryland.
Yeah. And, you know, this is the thing, right? If a lot of people don't know about the Maryland area, Columbia Mall, we're in Atlanta right now. We're broadcasting live here in Atlanta. But if I can equate that to any mall that's out here, it's kind of like the Lenox Mall. You know, this is something in this particular mall, Fitz Plaza, that you would not expect. It's not an urban mall or anything like that. This is a high-end type of mall. So to have a shooting in this area, Columbia, inside the mall is real heavy in that particular area. A lot of people would have thought that it probably would have happened in the urban malls. But let me tell you something about that, Low-Key. This don't happen in the urban malls. When the last time what you say?
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, I want to make sure. This don't happen in the urban malls. You know, let me tell you one of my reasons why I don't think so. If someone pulled a gun out and started shooting in the mall, in the urban mall, I guarantee you, any city out there, any state, it's going to be somebody at least with their own gun.
Yeah. It's going to be like a cowboy shootout going on. You wouldn't know who was the perpetrator until the very end because everybody's going to start shooting.
And you know, and that's what I say. I mean, you think about it. You go on these malls every day, right? Mass amounts of people in here, whether it's urban or, let's say, suburban. The urban places, the urban malls, and I don't know about your city or your states, last time I checked, they got plenty of police officers at the mall in the urban ones. But no, they don't ever have no mass shootings. But if you go to some of these suburban malls out there, they got these top flight security officers that walk around with no weapons and everything. And, you know, nobody have any guns. They don't even have a flashlight. And they walk
and those
around
are the crimes that happen here.
And that's what I'm saying. Think about where these crimes are happening. I mean, from the malls. Remember the mass shooting that happened in the movie theater? That was in the suburban area as well. I mean, when the last time you've seen in an urban area a mass shooting in the movie theater? Again, that don't fly. It don't fly because somebody will have their gun with them. And maybe they need to take some of this security instead of looking at us all the time. Same thing with the schools. When the last time, and I asked this question to one of my colleagues, I was talking to Diamond, and I said, when the last time you seen a big shooting, these mass shootings in schools, in the urban schools? You don't see that. You don't see nobody go to school and shoot up the whole schools.
I have a light bulb that just kind of went on with the comparison. Now, one, they always want to emphasize on the so-called urban areas or low-income areas as the more crime rate areas. So they want to put more police and everything there versus the quote-unquote suburban or upper-class areas with with the less security, with least amount of security, but more crime happens in those areas. That's where you have the house moms making mess throughout the day. You have the meth bomb houses going off. You have these mass shootings. Now, when you say mass shootings, that's the difference as well. In the quote unquote urban areas, it's not a mass shooting. They're going to shoot one individual, and the other people happen to get caught with a side bullet because they're not aiming at anybody else but who they're trying to get to. Because they're not trying to kill a whole bunch of people on purpose. They're just trying to go after the one person. Now, in the other situations, the mass shooting is what they're calling it, is because you're just shooting random people in a large area. There are malls and movie theaters and schools. Because I grew up in an era where there were shootings at schools all the time. There was always a shooting at someone's school, and they implemented metal detectors in some of these schools. But they weren't going in there shooting up the whole teachers and everything. They were going after one individual they were mad at for whatever reason they had going on. And if somebody else got shot in the leg or something, it was because it was like, bullets flying and, it was chaos. That is one major difference right there. Because they feel like, they don't have to go into those suburban areas. But that's where the problems are.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that maybe y'all might want to turn, as Michael Jackson said, and look at the man in the mirror. I mean, because a lot of these killings, a lot of this stuff, and this is not because of people who are poor or don't have the different things that the less fortunate have. These guys are just what they call it bullying these days, or someone said something to them that they didn't like. No one is physically, back in the day, would take your lunch money or beat you up, take your shoes and all this other crazy stuff. These people are, he said something about me, or he said I was fat, or he said I was skinny, or he said I wasn't cool, or not,
they really throwing this bully around. They really throwing this word bully around really nonchalantly, like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I'm really amped to see.
I'm not downplaying the bullying. Don't get me twisted. I'm not downplaying the bullying, but I've watched a couple of these so-called reality shows, and a couple of these ladies are on here throwing around, she's bullying me because she's making fun of my name. Like, really? Like, people are killing themselves for more serious things when it comes to the bullying versus you making fun of my name. You really gonna go cut your wrist because somebody makes fun of your name? I mean, let's put on our big girl panties now. There's more serious issues that are affected by bullying where kids are really hurt, but that also comes with your parenting as well, and in the household, like, why do you feel like you are so less of an individual that somebody else can say some words to you and make you feel that way? Like, we have to look at we have to look within something else other than, okay, I'm going to put these clothes on my kid and send them to school and they're going to come back crying because some kids said their shoes was ugly. It's like, okay, and you're going to go kill yourself? Okay.
And I'm saying this and we're going to keep it moving. And for anybody out there getting bullied or anything like that, not making light of it, or we're not making light of it here at YouStreamRadio, or even saying that the mall shooting had anything to do with that. But this is my advice I want to give to y'all, and hopefully this can help y'all. Keep in mind that there is no perfect person on the planet. Everybody has some type of insecurity about them. So with that being said, if somebody says something about you that they don't like, just keep in your mind it's something about that person that they don't like. And maybe I don't know, but why am I even worried about it? Let that person have their moment. Okay, you can pull up my moment and just keep it moving. Don't think because I got an imperfection, maybe I don't look as good as this person, or maybe my personality is not as strong, or maybe I don't have as much as money as this person, or any of these things. Trust me, it's something wrong with everybody. You might have a handsome guy with his breath stink. You might have,
and they might bully him for that. But, there's things that could fix that. I mean, you can throw in a mix. You're absolutely right. I'm not downplaying the bullying or whatever, but it's like, is at the same time, we're just throwing it around so loosely, like that's a Band-Aid for everything. Oh, he was bullied because of this, that's why. And then we want to concentrate on that as the main issue. Because all of these news things, especially to kind of tail into the next topic, which is the Justin Bieber.
Let's get into it.
He's been in the news, in and out the news since he got in the news. And I really don't know what his purpose is. Like, I didn't even realize if he was still making music or not, because I hear more about his nonsense versus that he actually has a record out. And I'm only
now, before you go into it, I didn't mean to cut you off, low-key. Before you go into it, I had a question to ask you about the Justin Bieber situation. Do you think, like we were just talking about, do you think that he has something to prove to the people, considering that he's tired of people looking at him as a pretty boy or, just that type of look or anything? What do you think about that?
That goes into what we're saying. Like, what is he insecure about? Like, who cares? If you are considered a pretty boy and that was your image, that is what you portray. Now, what is it you're looking to be? Like, what are you trying to prove yourself to be? Because bottom line, people generally don't care. They want to hear the music. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So for you to be in the news for drunk driving and drug possession or throwing eggs at someone's house and then getting your house raided, which I think was a little excessive, but still, what does that have to do with your music as an entertainer, as a musician, as an artist? Like, who are you proving it to? Because, who are you proving it to? I know my kids don't care. And I always go to my kids to get all kind of musical advice. What's going on right now? What is hot? What do you care or you don't care about? And they don't care that what Justin Bieber is trying to prove, because they have no idea what is he trying to prove. Prove that he can go to jail and have a record? Because that's what
I don't understand the whole movement. I mean, I didn't, when the first thing when he was talking about him throwing eggs at his next door neighbor. First of all, we're talking about eggs. We ain't talking about shooting up his next door neighbor house or getting into a physical altercation or busting his windows out, throwing a rock. Maybe a rock. A rock would have been a little more aggressive, right? But we're talking about eggs.
A food product.
You throw $20,000 worth of damages of eggs at your neighbor house. Hey, I would have rather just do one rock. Remember the brick through the window when you get mad at somebody? They tie up.
Yes.
And you throw a brick through their window and say, I don't like you, or get out of here. Well, why not that? I mean, it would have caused less damage. It would have made it more statement. And it would have been, it's kind of whack. I think that, and this is what I want to say about these artists that's getting caught with guns, weapon charges, drugs, all of this junk inside of the car. Why not hire a driver? If I feel like I'm going to get tore up tonight, I'm going to put a driver in the seat. Why am I driving? Who am I trying to prove something to? That ever crossed your mind, Loki?
I mean, maybe they're trying to prove it to each other. And at the same time, if he really wanted to prove something and cause $20,000 worth of damage to somebody's house, cause the $20,000 worth of damage and slam your black card down and say, here, go fix it.
Exactly.
That's showing that, I can cause that damage in here. I could pay for it as well. Now go be quiet and sit down.
Mm-hmm.
not then get caught drunk driving or doing donuts in the neighborhood or, get caught with, whatever kind of illegal substance that he has in his possession. Because, I don't know, they always try to go into this Mickey Mouse Club. I don't want to be the same image I was when I first came out, but you came out as a kid, so you're always going to be known as that Mickey Mouse Disney character because that's who you were to begin with, unfortunately. And so therefore, they want to come opposite of the Disney character, and so the only thing opposite of good is bad.
Yeah.
So in order to change your image of I'm not that Disney character anymore, and I'm just using Disney character as meaning a younger generational, artist from when they first came out, because he's not the only one. We can name handfuls of them who've come out, and as soon as they hit 18, 19 years old, all of a sudden they're half naked and getting caught with no panties on, smoking, some kind of
Miley Cyrus. Did I say that? Drake. Did I say that?
we can holler out a whole bunch. The next thing you know, he's gonna come out, he's gonna be bald-headed. Then after that, he's gonna have a whole bunch of tattoos. Then after that, he's gonna be all extra swole. Then after that, he's gonna have a reality show of Where Did I Go Wrong? Yeah. So give him about 10 years, he's gonna be doing a show with Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Well, everybody trying to be Bobby Brown. That's what I said. Everybody trying to be that type of artist, like Chris Brown and all of that. They trying to go for that old bad boy type thing. And to me, just leave it alone, man. I mean, I don't know. You're a diva. I know they say short. What they say? Like Tupac said, shorty want to be a thug, man. Leave the thug thing alone, man. And like my man Lil Wayne said, you need to take 2 doses of Lil Wayne. And I wouldn't say, I don't care as long as my I don't use the word. As long as my bitches love me. No offense. Worry about the ladies. Why are you worrying about the dudes? That's kind of gay, man. Don't worry about the guys in no aspect. Guys gonna hate on you whether you a bad boy, that nigga stupid. Or they gonna say he's too soft or he looks too pretty. Why would a dude be worrying about how pretty you look anyway? You need to be worried about the ladies. Come on, man. Get yourself together, man.
Bottom line, that spends the money on the records anyway. And, girls, we do love bad boys because we want to know that if somebody coming to get us, that you are not going to run or hide behind us. But at the same time, I want to be able to purchase something without having a Fed record.
Exactly. I mean, come on now. Along with good credit, you want a good criminal record, too. Leave the third thing alone. It sound good on TV, but trust and believe. Man, do your thing, get your money. Ain't nothing good about being a thug. I don't know. Y'all let us know what y'all think. You can hit us up on the group page at YouStreamRadio.com, on Facebook. Again, you can go to hit your boy up, YouStreamRadio1, on Instagram or Twitter. Let us know what your comments or your concerns is, or you can always call in 347-945-6093. Live from Atlanta. Let's talk with the hottest host in the world, DJ Low Key. Hold me down. What's up, Low Key?
Hey, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Let me tell y'all, Nick. That's my man, Chad the Dog. Make sure y'all check him out. New CD out that's out there. Mixtape Friday the 13th. I'm pretty sure that y'all like this. Make sure y'all check it out and everything. Man, real hot thing. And also, can't forget our sponsors. Make sure y'all go ahead, get that new hot beer. What you drinking on? Morosa beer. What you wearing? Cashline Apparel. Make sure you go to CashlineApparel.com for some of the hottest gear that's out there. I mean, hey, if you want to look like your boy Jay Jackson, make sure y'all go in and get that Cashline Apparel. Check out some of the new stuff that they got out there for the winter. Trust me, y'all will like it. Bottom line. Hey, let's get into it. If y'all just caught up with us, we're going into the whole thug thing. We're going into the thug. Talk to us real quick what was going on in the news about the NFL football player, Low Key.
All right. To just jump back a little bit with the Justin Bieber thing, there's some, media comparisons going on between the football player, I believe it's Richard Sherman, and Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, they want to call him a misguided youth for drug possession, drunk driving, damaged public intoxication, damage to property, like we were just talking about, and multiple other things that he has had throughout the last year alone. Now, the other guy, he is a educated 4.0 graduate student and going back, I believe, for his bachelor's or master's degree. Very well spoken man at that. Even when he is in his rant during the what they call the after commentary, like after he left the field and he had on his nice suit, he still spoke eloquently in the rant. When he was saying mediocre player, like, no, I'm not saying whatever you're saying. Yes, I'm going to consider him a mediocre player. He has every right to give his opinion. That is what this is about. And I'm looking at it as it's sportsmanlike ranting. And of course, the media blows everything all out of proportion. But for them to be on his Twitter page and ranting and calling him a thug because he called out another player and then called somebody who's actually doing thuggish behavior a misguided youth, and they're both young men, and I don't know if Justin Bieber got any kind of diploma doing anything. Now that I think about it, yeah.
You know what? It's funny that you said that, right? You got two types of people, two totally different from over the sides of the track. You got Justin Bieber, that's trying to be a thug. Apparently, I mean, he's doing all of the things. I mean, he's just doing in the monetary, he's throwing the eggs. The eggs supposed to be gunshots. I don't know. He's getting caught with ecstasy and drugs in the car and everything, DUIs. He's riding around with little kids, I don't know, one of his homeboys. Then you get an NFL player that's doing everything they can do to not be classified as this stereotype. And what we do, we call him a thug, right? And no matter all of the stuff that they persevered and went through, then you got him, what they call him, a misguided youth. I don't even know how you can consider Justin Bieber a misguided youth. First of all, his parents is well in his life, helping him pursue his career. How many parents, even if you are good parents, don't have the time and the effort to put into your child? And I'm not dogging anybody else. It's just the way the world works, America works. You're working 8 to 10 hour shifts. You don't have that time to go out there and have your child at every talent show, every this, every that, to be able to pursue something like, what he did. To me, I think see that as a misguided youth. To me, you don't get no more guidance than that. And then you wind up pursuing to become a mega superstar, a world superstar, right? But then you get someone that went through everything coming up in the ghetto, the hood, and college, GPA high, got on the NFL team, and you want to consider this guy a thug. To me, I think the words need to be switched around, and he needs to be the thug. And maybe if they want to consider him, his words that he chose at the time was misguided. And they have a reason, not trying to make an excuse for him, but when you have somebody else that has someone that's helping you guide in certain ways versus someone that don't, to me, you have a little more leeway to be able to do some of the things. And to me, I don't consider him, because we all say certain things about, especially in the sports business, about, the people out there, because it's a competitive sport. So why not being able to have your opinion about certain people and not be classified as a thug? Because last time I checked, a thug don't do a lot of talking. Thugs do some work. You don't get to run your mouth being a thug.
Yeah, they're about some action. They're not about anything else but action and getting whatever they're trying to get done and accomplished. And it usually means that they're doing it in a not so positive and or legal capacity. Now, with young Bieber there, who is trying to, as we were saying before, we're not sure, what is he trying to prove? That he can be a bad boy of what he considers a thug in his mind. But then we have to look at something like what you just said, to dig a little deeper. He was more sheltered. So it's like the more sheltered person wants to break out and do all the things that he was not able to do or what he saw on TV and wants to do, versus the other person who lives in a more worldly environment who is aware of his surroundings, aware of what he was trying to get out of, and actually accomplish those goals. But to call him a thug, I'm looking at it like this. This is just my whole view of it. It's sports. You're supposed to jump out and following player. That's what it's all about. It's not to say he's going to go in the back room and start beating him up or peeing his shoes. You know, it's just, we're on the field, you know, I'm hot and heavy, you know, man, fuck you. You suck.
Yeah, that's not a thug. You know, I mean.
And that's not being a thug. And, okay, he did the choke out. Yeah, okay, I'm going to choke out on the field. Not meaning he's going to go creep in his house and choke him in his sleep. We really read too much into stuff so much that we come up with a completely other version of the actual event, to the point where you have people apologizing for things they didn't even know that they had any malicious intentions in doing, but then you're forcing them to have to come up with statements to counteract the things of their behavior of something that just happened in an immediate setting, and he so happened to be caught on camera with a woman standing with a microphone asking him something while he's still amped up. Come on now. I feel like the people on SportsCenter, when they have the little section, when they're like, come on now. Like, really?
Yeah. To me, it's reaching. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Maybe y'all have a different opinion, but to me, last time, me and Low Key checked. Actions speak louder than words when you use the word thug. You know, real thugs be looking at you like, what? That ain't no thug. That's why you got your thugs or your whatever they call them out there.
Oh,
you know, you just want
I call them phone gangsters. People who call you on call blocks, right? They're called phone gangsters.
Phone gangsters. I mean, that's considering you don't have no action behind your words. But when you're saying words, that's what they should be taking with anything until you actually do something. I mean, and that's how I look at it. We can't just throw that word around and, you know, and that goes back to what we talked about before when we started off the show about the bullying and worrying about what somebody else think of you. If I could go ahead and give some advice out there, man, don't worry about them. Get your money. You know, if they want to consider you a thug, guess what? It's going to make them watch you even more, because if they hate you, they want to see something happen. So I say do your thing and get yourself together, Justin, man. Come on now, man. Get this money. Stop worrying about the guys and all of that, because you're going to wind up in a world of hurt. I can guarantee you that. Now, before we get out of here,
right? He's 50 at 25.
Exactly. And to me, I think, and this is what I say, and I'm going to leave it alone at this. If you looked at Justin Bieber, if y'all go to my Facebook page, don't he got the Miley Cyrus thing going on, his hair, the way she got her hair?
Word!
You know, he's trying to be the bad boy. She's the bad girl. I guess he's like, look, stop reading. Stop taking a page out of Miley Cyrus' book, man. I mean, she's not no thug. Man, like I said, do what you got to do. Right now, thugs are trying to, if you want to consider them that, we're trying to get, I said we, but let's say they, you didn't hear that. They trying to get money now, man. That's the new thug. Corporate thug, whatever. We trying to get money. Nobody ain't trying to do dumb things, man. Keep your money in your pocket and stop spending.
Yeah, that's giving money away. We don't give money away.
Speaking about giving and taking money, speaking about giving and taking money, I want to go into this before we get out of here, because you brought it up off the air. The Phaedra, if y'all tune into with Atlanta Housewives out there, you got Phaedra. If y'all don't know what she was, she used to be a previous lawyer of a certain celebrities out there. She's an attorney. Like Bobby Brown, she helped him in that whole Whitney situation, and she happened to play on Atlanta Housewives along with some other people out there. Now, she had a husband by the name of Apollo?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the show started, they were talking about he had some problems in which she was able to help him out legally, and that's how they was able to generate their relationship. You gave me some disturbing news and everything that was going on with him. What's going on with Apollo?
Well, yesterday I was scrolling around and I noticed that he was actually arrested. Wow. And for bank fraud and aggravated identity fraud.
Wow.
Out here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually stemming from, he's been in trouble before, and he's been in jail before, was released in 2009 according to this website. But now he's back in trouble with this, bank fraud and identity fraud. They're looking upwards in the millions. They're not sure exactly. Everything is still coming out in the news, and apparently he also has a partner that has been working with him since 2009 in this whole case that was actually arrested a few months back in September. And so now everything is just coming together, and he was arrested. And, as I get some more information, as I see it coming through, I'm going to post it on the YouStream Radio news feed. And it's too much. It's like whether you're the Justin Bieber throwing eggs in somebody's house or identity theft, because, nothing is safe these days. I have to, not to jump real quick, but nothing is safe these days because these people are not going into your house, robbing you and taking your wallet anymore. They can get it from anywhere where we use our information. These companies, everybody's just losing your information or selling it to somebody else, and you're not protected. So the only way you can protect yourself is just be mindful of the things that you do and pay attention to your transactions on a daily basis, because it seems to be so easy that celebrities are doing it with ease.
Yeah. And they don't think no one gonna hold them accountable. Hey, you got a rich wife. I'm not gonna say rich, well off. She's a lawyer. Why don't you just rob him the way she usually do it? Lawyers always rob you. So let's open with that particular business. If you're in a robbing business, and leave the identity fraud alone, man. Not only you're bringing us down, but you're also bringing your wife and her business practices and all of that stuff, her credibility. Because I don't want to hire no lawyer that's husband out there getting people for their Social Security numbers or all this other thing.
Correct. Yeah, because you're giving her your personal information, and she also has that involving the funeral home business. Mm-hmm. So when they're talking about identity theft, they can investigate her as well because they are married and they don't know what she knows and what he knows. It's a good thing that she's a lawyer so she knows the law. But at the same time, you got 2 small children. You have a good thing going for you. Why is it that every time we get something positive going, we throw in the negative or have to throw in a hustle in with it? It's like, just leave that alone.
We need that hustle. We need to have that street connection. I say leave it alone. I don't know. Y'all let us know what y'all think. Again, you can hit the news feed on Facebook, YouStreamRadio.com. Post any comments, concerns, or you can go to YouStream Radio Certified on Facebook, or hit me up on YouStream Radio 1 on Twitter or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can also hit my counterpart up. Let us know what y'all think. Send us any comments, concerns, and we're going to get on them. Hey, we're about to get out of here, low-key. Hey, peace and love. Stop trying to be a third. Like that, right?
Yeah.
Y'all have a good day. Take care of y'all, sir.